Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Easter Sunday and I'm just getting ready to head out to church, so I figured why not do a quick get ready with me and chit chat with you guys a bit. I obviously love to reflect on Easter Sunday, on all that Jesus has done for me and where he's brought me from. But I find myself doing that quite often, actually, not even just on Easter Sunday, just because I think it's important for us to remember where we came from. Otherwise, you know, we can begin to be judgmental over people who aren't quite where we're at, or, you know, we get prideful and so on and so on. And so I love to reflect. And as I was reflecting this weekend, I was reminded of a time that I can look back at now and laugh at, but in the moment it was not so funny. And it just shows how, if it was not for God, I don't know the lifestyle I would have. I don't know where I would be, because the path that I was on, it was not cute. It was not pretty. I remember I was just heading to school, high school, and my mom was talking to me, and I had been hanging out with this new girl, and my mom was like, you know, Kiah, I don't really like you hanging out with this girl. She doesn't seem like good company for you. I wish you wouldn't hang out with her so often, and yada yada yada. You know, mom's looking out for us and they often know best, and she knew best. And I was just like, Mom, you don't understand. You're judging her, blah 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 blah. You need to get to know her. It's fine, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Anyways, so I went to school that day, and in high school I was a completely different person. I didn't go to school much, actually. I skipped quite often, and I would often skip to either go to a friend's house, or I'd skip to go and smoke weed and stupid stuff like that. So anyways, this time my friend was like, the same girl who my mom was talking about, she was like, let's just get out of here. And we skipped and we went to a mall that isn't actually close to my school. To get there, there was a mall that was a lot closer to our school, but we didn't want to be around anywhere near our school. So we went to this mall where we had to take a bus, we had to take a train, and we went there as two broke high school kids. We had no money, and so we were just walking around the mall. But obviously we got hungry, and I had never done this before. And my friend was like, let's just go to the dollar store and let's just get some snacks. And I had never done it before, so my heart was pounding inside. But I didn't want to seem like the uncool kid, or I didn't want to seem, I just didn't want to seem not cool. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go do this. And I don't even remember what we stole. I don't even know what I can't remember at all what I stole, but I know I stole like one or two snacks. I just put them in my purse and I walked out. Or maybe it was even candy. So stupid. And then we left and we started eating our snacks, and I'm like, yeah, nobody caught us, blah, 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 blah. Like, stupid, so stupid. We do such silly things in high school. I don't know why. And then, so finally, we're like, okay, so we got away with that. Let's see if we can get away with another one. We're trying to make a game out of this. Like, for real, this is not funny. And so, out of all places, we decided to go to Winners. Do they have Winners in America? I don't know, but Winners is like our Ross. A higher, more upscale Ross, or like a, what's that place you guys have? TJ Maxx. It's like TJ Maxx. And so it's a huge department store. And for some reason we thought we wouldn't get caught. And so I didn't steal anything this time, but I made a huge mistake. In that, first of all, one, I was with her. Second of all, I allowed her to put stuff in my bag. She put things in her bag, but her bag was getting a little full. And so I just let her use my bag. So I would sneak it open like this and she would just drop it in quickly. We thought we were being slick. And so we stole such random stuff. The only thing I remember us really stealing was tweezers. But we stole a bunch of random stuff. And so we got our goods and we got out of there. Now, another silly high school youngin' mistake we made is as soon as we exited Winners, we walked maybe 2 stores down, and in front of the second store down there was like a bench that you can sit on in the middle of the mall. So we decided to dump our goods out right there. Why? Because we were young. And not too long after, we see this security guy, a Winners security guy with a walkie-talkie, yada yada yada. He's like writing down, and he just looks at us and he goes, my heart. I was so scared. I had no clue. All I knew was that in my back of my head, I was like, I just don't want to go to jail. I hope I don't go to jail. And I was so scared of my mom. My mom is a Jamaican mama, and so if you know Jamaicans, or if you have a Jamaican mother, you know, you don't ramp with Jamaican mothers. So, yeah, that happened. He called us in, and I almost peed my pants. And he brought us back into Winners, and in the back of Winners, they have a holding cell. And I was scared. I thought, like, okay, putting me in this holding cell, I legit felt like I was in jail. I'm like, I can't be in jail. And then he calls my mom, and okay, so me and this girl, we're in the holding cell, and we can't see anything. We can kind of hear stuff. We can kind of hear because there's only like a little wall in between us, but the holding cell was completely white, and it was super small. It was like the size of a bathroom. And so we were just sitting there, and I could hear him calling my mom over. He had her on speaker, and he called my mom, and it was like, hello, Mrs. whatever, Salib Alexander. We have your daughter here and her friend. They were just caught shoplifting. And my mom didn't think it was serious. She thought it was a prank. She thought somebody from our church, this guy named Mandela, who's a clown, she thought it was him. And she's like, oh, Mandela, stop pranking me. And he's like, no, ma'am, we're serious. She's sitting here, and she, like, for the longest while, she didn't think it was true because I'm her sweet little angel. And finally, he was like, no, like, legit, like, we're security from Winners, blah, blah, blah. Your daughter's caught shoplifting this, and this, and she's with this girl, blah, 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 blah. And then he opened the door, and he's like, your mother is on her way. I was so scared of my mom. I think I was more scared. I think in that moment, I was more scared of my mom than I would have been of the police. So we sat in there for what felt like forever. And finally, my mother showed up. The door opened. She was standing there. She did not say a word to us. And that's even more scary. I kind of wish she would have talked. But anyways, she sat in silence. She drove us. To drive from where the mall was to where my friend's house was about 30 minutes. So in silence for a complete 30 minutes. She told my friend to get out of the car. She walked her to her front door. She talked to her parents firmly. She got back in the car, and she didn't say a word to me. She then drove me home in silence. And because I love my mom, and I know I deserved what I got, I'm not going to go into details as to what she did to me. But let's just say I was quite old, 18, once I got my last piece of discipline. And I knew I deserved it. Like, I had messed up that day, and my mom had just spoken to me that morning. And I was 18 at the time. I was in high school, my grade 12 year, my last year of high school. And this is around the time when God started to speak to me, because it's just things like that that just kept happening. And like, I was hanging around with not a good crowd. Like I said, I would skip school and I'd go and smoke weed. Sometimes I would go to school high, or I'd go to school drunk, and it was stupid. And then, like, I would reflect at that moment. I would reflect all the time. I would be like, okay, if I keep doing this, what's my life gonna become? And like, that was the kind of thoughts I just kept having. Like, what was my life gonna become? I don't want to, my friends weren't going down a good path, and I didn't want to follow them, to be honest. I was like, okay, something here needs to change. And it was around that time that I was like, okay, God, I need to do something. I need to change. Help me change. Help give me the boldness to, you know, to say no and to step out and be faithful, and to step out and stand firm in you, and instead of doing these things. And it wasn't easy, but I did it. But it's things like that that I love to look back at, and it just keeps me rooted, and it keeps me so thankful. You know, it's like, who am I? Who are you? Who are we? That He is mindful of us. You know, Easter time, we reflect on when He died on the cross for our sins. And it mind boggles me that He would have done it if it was just for me alone. He would have done it if it was just for you alone. He loves us so much that He's willing to give His own life for us. And I will forever be grateful for that. Forever, forever, forever be grateful for that. I'm just looking at the time right now, and I should be leaving the house. Almost done, so I'm going to just quickly finish up my makeup. But I hope you guys have a awesome, or had an awesome Easter weekend, sorry, since you guys will be watching this afterwards. Oh, I will also later on today be doing an outfit of the day, so you guys can see my Easter Sunday get up. You guys often ask me like, okay, outfit of the day, what are you wearing? Because you guys can only see like a small portion of my outfit whenever I'm filming. And I would love to do more outfit of the days, but the weather here, like I had mentioned on one of my other videos, hadn't been great. So I couldn't film outside, like it's raining and stuff, but it's starting to finally get a little sunnier. And I can't really film inside too much because my house, it's a situation. But yeah, so stay tuned for a outfit of the day coming also with what I'm wearing right now. And I'll try and get this video up maybe Tuesday afternoon. I'm pretty much done. I'm not going to do anything to my eyebrows or my eyes. I just prefer a lot more natural looks lately. But yeah, this is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you. God bless. And remember where you came from. Remember where God has brought you from. And not only that, but just think He's done all of that already. Just think about where He's going to bring you to. Keep standing firm in Him. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep pushing. Keep pressing. He has great things in store for you. He has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for all of us. God bless. Bye.